Hello everybody and welcome back to my kitchen. If you've never seen my face before, then hey, hi, my name is Kailin and I post videos mainly about eating disorder recovery and intuitive eating. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would love for you to click on to that subscribe button down below and become part of our little family. Today's video is going to be a what I eat in a day video, but with a twist. For 24 hours, we are going to be breaking diet culture rules. On Instagram and also on my community page over here on YouTube to let me know some rules that you would like me to break, and all of y'all delivered. There were so many rules, which means that this cannot be just a one-part series. I have done a video like this on my channel in the past, and I hope that together we can keep dismantling diet culture. If you don't know what diet culture is, it is basically a set of beliefs or values that align your physique and appearance with your health. And I'm going to say this again and again, that what you look like does not automatically make you healthy or unhealthy. Just like somebody in a thin body can be unhealthy, somebody in a larger body can also be healthy. But diet culture is perpetuated all around us by family members, social media primarily, and every single time I open my TikTok app, y'all tag me in videos that are atrocious and literally make me want to peel and scoop my eyes out. Things that are literally eating disorder behaviors that are disguised as health behaviors. And there are so many of those things out there that, again, just piss me off. So here we are. Breakfast. We are going to be breaking many diet culture rules. We're going to be having a breakfast with no protein. Oh my God, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to just, I don't know, shrivel up and die because I'm so deficient?
She passed away? Oh. All right.
No.
No.
We're good, okay? This protein craze, you do not have to add protein powder to everything. You do not have to make protein desserts. You can, but a protein mug cake is not gonna be the same thing as a mug cake, okay? Call it what it is. And the thing with protein is that if you are eating enough throughout the day and listening to your body, you're gonna get enough of it without being so strict with it, or without weighing your protein, tracking your macros, all of those kinds of things. So many eating disorders start off very innocently, like tracking your calories or your macros and things like that. So many of my clients, that's the way that it started for them. So many people that I know, that's how it started for them. And so that's why going against these kinds of things is important, to show that it's possible, to show that it's okay. And I just wanted to put this little reminder in there as well, that your body knows you better than any kind of fad or diet culture rule out there does. We're gonna be having Belgian waffles. So we are gonna be having something frozen, which is always fun. Something with very little protein. We're gonna add some maple syrup on top. So we're having sugar first thing in the morning. This breakfast would piss off a lot of people.
A lot of people will be scared here. A lot of people will be
but not me. This breakfast just sounds yummy and sweet and delicious. It's not gonna hurt me, so let's make it. I say let's make it like I'm making the waffles, but so the waffles came out and oh my goodness, I'm gonna burn myself. I burnt them a little bit, but they are still looking cute. I always like to put the prettier side up. I don't know. So now let's break some more diet culture rules, okay? A lot of people in my comments asked me to explore the idea of like adding toppings or adding things that make food taste better. And I know exactly where they're coming from, because this was something that I struggled with in my eating disorder as well. Is like I tried to make the most bland shit to save calories and basically just not nourish or give energy to my body, which is so stupid. Your satisfaction is just as important as feeling full after a meal. And if you are not satisfied, then that meal is not done. But let's do some butter, some maple syrup, and not the low calorie Walden Farm syrup that literally makes me want to hurl every time I see it in the grocery store, but real sugary, delicious maple syrup. I'm a Canadian. This is very important stuff. So I'm just going to pour a bunch on top of there, not measuring anything, not weighing anything like diet culture says we have to do. Yum, delicious. We have to try a bite right now together. This just looks fucking so good. And then we'll make a little iced coffee together before I go upstairs for work, but oh my God. These Belgian waffles are from Trader Joe's and they're so good. And they're not made with buckwheat flour, coconut flour, almond flour, coconut oil, nothing. They're just made with standard waffle ingredients. You don't have to healthify every single meal, weigh everything that's on your plate, overthink what's on your plate and say, oh my God, do I have enough protein? Do I have enough this? Do I have enough that? Stress is the worst thing for your body. The worst thing. So the more stress your relationship with food brings to you, the more unhealthy it is. But like, actually, how good do these look? Let's move on to that iced coffee. So I've got my little mason jar with ice. It's just regular dairy milk that I'm gonna throw on in there. To do 2 shots of espresso. I brew these on our DeLonghi machine and it just, oh, it's heaven. I love it. And not only are we using regular dairy milk, which would probably, again, make diet culture for some people go a little bit woohoo. We're also gonna make a sweet cream cold foam on top because I can have sugar in my coffee and I can also have sugar in my breakfast.
She's got a point.
It's good, it's Gucci, we're okay. So to make cold foam, you basically just, or how I make it, is some whipping cream. I always give it a whiff before because you never know. All I've got left today, that's fine. And then you're gonna take a flavored creamer that you really love, basically what you want the cold foam to taste like. A brown sugar creamer from Trader Joe's. I would highly, highly recommend. I showed this in my last grocery haul. Excuse me, it just splashed me in the face. Buy me a drink first. And then you just take a little handheld blender, something like this, and you just, whisk it up. I don't know how foamy I'm gonna be able to get it because I didn't have that much whipped cream, but let's see. It didn't turn out as thick as usual, but that is fine. I'm just gonna plop that right on top. If you have ever had maple sugar ice cream, it's a very popular thing over here in Quebec at least. That is exactly what this cold foam that I just made tastes like. It is so good. So if you do have a Trader Joe's near you, try this combination and let me know what you think. A little coffee ASMR. This shit is bananas. Little reusable straw. I got these off of Amazon. But there we go. We have breakfast for this morning. Our sweet cold foam coffee with dairy milk, our frozen waffles with butter and syrup. No protein right now in sight. And I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be just fine. In fact, this is wonderful, delicious, perfect, amazing, and I can't wait to eat it all. I've also been drinking this coffee basically every single morning for the past week or so, and I don't need to take breaks from it. I don't need to like watch how often I have it. I go through phases in drinks with drinks, and this has happened to me before where I go through these phases where all I want in the morning is like a sweet iced coffee, and then other mornings I want like a peppermint tea or no coffee or just water. Because I have such a good connection with my body, I'm not worried about anything. I'm not worried about, oh my God, I'm eating too much of this, too much of that, not enough of this, etc. Go every year to get my blood work done. I have no deficiencies. I'm not iron deficient. I'm not any protein deficient where my doctors are like, oh my God. And I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. And I think that my lack of stress has helped my overall health tremendously. Anyway, I will catch you very soon when we do some more break-in of diet culture rules. So I am about to have lunch, but I am hungry right now. And so I'm gonna have a snack before lunch, which was actually something that a lot of people requested. There's this idea in diet culture that if you are about to eat, that like you shouldn't eat. And I see this all the time, like people going out to dinner and being like, oh, I'm gonna have a light lunch because I'm going out for dinner tonight. You don't need to save up your calories. You don't need to do that. Not for the end of the day, not for your last meal. That is a disordered behavior. That's not normal, okay? But over here, I have some chicken wings, and so we're tackling sort of like an unconventional snack as well. It's fried, it's delicious. These are actually leftover from a takeaway that we got on Monday, I think, so a couple of days ago. And so I'm also having takeaway food as a snack, and that is okay. Having leftovers, no matter what the food is, it's okay. It's not that serious, I promise you. Cheers. Really good. I'm eating them cold because I want to, but I literally love a good chicken wing, you know? I prefer the flats, but this is okay. Just a little reminder that the only appropriate response to hunger is to eat. not to wait, not to drink water, not to go on a walk, not to watch videos of food or of people eating. The only appropriate response is to get food. So if you're watching this video and you are peckish, you're hungry, you're thinking about food, stop, pause, walk away, go get some food and come back when or if you feel ready. I'm going to challenge for lunch today. A diet culture rule is the idea of like having a dinner food for lunch. Who made up dinner food, breakfast food, lunch food? We literally did, which means that it really doesn't hold that much weight. Like it really means nothing. Like I mentioned with the chicken wings that I just had, like that can be a snack. Anything can be a snack, anything can be a meal, okay? And so last night I made some ricotta and spinach stuffed cannelloni with a homemade bolognese sauce. In my last vlog, I showed you how to make the spaghetti sauce, and this is just an example of me freezing it and taking it out when it's convenient, which is what I did last night. Let me go to my fridge. Let me take it out. Yes, please.
Yes.
Look at this bad boy, delicious. So not only are we gonna be having some stuffed pasta for lunch, but I also added a lot of cheese on top. There is provolone, mozzarella, parmesan, fontina. Leftovers make such easy lunches. Why wouldn't I have this? Because somebody says that it's not a lunch food? What the fuck does that even mean? No, 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 no. So I'm gonna cut a nice piece over here. And I'm gonna toss this in the microwave. And another little challenge over here for diet culture is I'm not serving a plate full of veggies. I'm not following a plate method of this much protein and this many carbs and this many greens.
Can I live? Can I fucking live?
I'm just eating food. So I'm gonna heat this up. And while that heats up in the microwave, I'm actually gonna take something out of my freezer, which is going to be for dinner tonight, because I'm gonna be having pizza for dinner. Pizza and pasta on the same day was actually requested quite a lot. Carbs be the main component of each meal. So my breakfast, we had waffles, now we're having pasta. For dinner, I'm having pizza. And again, nothing bad is going to happen, and your body needs carbs to literally function. It is your body's preferred source of energy for a reason. And cutting it out, blasphemous, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Turn around, full U-turn.
These little pizza doughs from the farmer's market. So I'm just gonna take one out, put it in a bowl to thaw so it'll be nice and ready for us later. Diet culture will demonize anything. I'm going to take some olive oil, which again, demonize. Everything is demonized, okay? You turn on the news, something's good. The next day, something's bad. It's a headache to keep up with. It's frustrating, it's annoying. And you don't have to live that way. So on top of the frozen pizza dough, I'm just gonna add some olive oil. So as I'm sitting here eating my pasta, delicious pasta stuffed with cheese, more cheese on top, double cheese. Figured I would talk about some ways that diet culture really is pushed in our society in like sneaky ways. Like for example, advertisements. So many advertisements and even shows are rooted in diet culture or also rooted in fat phobia. Shows like The Biggest Loser were shaming somebody into a smaller body and causing them to go through this intensive exercise is seen as good for their health because they're not in fat bodies anymore. So many of those past contestants have literally come out and said that the show made them hate their body even more and made them have a lot of disordered eating patterns in their futures. There's also another show, I forget exactly what it's called. I think it's Revenge Body. It's by one of the Kardashians who really don't give much to us, but either way. And it's this idea that becoming a smaller version of yourself and changing your body is like the revenge that you can get on your ex, as if like that's the most important thing that you can do post breakup is like show the guy what he's missing from your body. It's just, I don't like it. Also, like how fat individuals are shown in films, in movies, in TV series. The fact that there's no fat Disney princess. The fact that most fat characters either are there for comedic relief, to be the villain, or to be a bumbling fool. Diet culture also extends in workplaces. It is so common for people at work who work in an office environment or with other individuals to talk about diets and how many steps they're taking and what foods they're cutting out and oh, how bad they are for having dessert at lunch. This is all diet culture. That's what it is. And these conversations are so incredibly boring. I do not want to hear about the new diet, Susan. I really don't. It is boring and repetitive. And imagine if we put all of the energy we put into believing diet culture and following its rules and things like that into something else, into a passion, into a hobby, into actually enjoying life, we would be so much more productive. With diet culture, there's also a lot of subliminal messaging, meaning that you have to earn your food, whether that is through exercise or productivity, or by what I mentioned earlier, trying to save your calories so that you can eat whatever you want in the evening. You are always allowed to eat what you want. And I know that that thought freaks a lot of people out, and they're like, oh, well, if I ate what I wanted all the time, I would only eat cookies and bread, and that's all that I would eat. Prove it. Try it. You are gonna get so fucking sick of cookies, so fucking sick of bread. You're going to want something else. At first, if you're coming from a background where you diet or have dieted or restricted in many ways, you're going to crave the foods that you restricted the most. And I'm going to assume for most people that that's not fruit and vegetables. And so you might not crave those things right away, but that does not mean that those cravings will never come. Your body needs to understand that all food is okay, that all food is neutral. Another yummy bite. Eat with me if you're eating something too, okay? And diet culture has been here for so long. If you think of how much it's changed over the years, again, it's a headache to keep up with. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, fat as like a food group was villainized. Then it was carbs, then it was sugar, then it's gluten. As the years kind of have progressed, there's always something new to become a villain, always something wrong that we're having. Before it was saying dairy milk is horrible, you must have oat milk or something like that. And there are so many creators and people out there, especially on the internet, who then say that oat milk is actually bad because it has this in it and this in it. Like, you can't fucking win. So stop playing a game that you have no chance at winning. Stop it. It takes two people to play. You don't have to. You can opt out of it. You can do your own thing. So if you are somebody who doesn't want diet culture to affect you anymore, you have to actually notice it and know what it is around you and take inventory of how it makes you feel. Like, it does not feel good for people to just talk about bodies all the time. It doesn't feel good for somebody to be criticizing themselves all the time. The fact that it is so much more common to like walk into a room and hear people being critical of themselves and nobody blinks an eye, but if somebody is like hyping themselves up, then they've got a big ego. What are we doing here? I want everybody to be their best friend, to hype themselves up, to be super confident in themselves, because that's not a bad thing and that's how it should be. And all bodies are going to be different when you are listening to your own. It's going to be different, and maybe you're not going to have the body that you dreamed of or that diet culture told you was the best body. But a body is not there to be this ornament to be gawked at. That is not what it is. This human skin is just here for us to explore this world. It's going to change, it's going to wrinkle, it's going to sag, it's going to age and grow and stretch. And then when you become aware of the diet culture around you, you have to forcefully and purposefully reject it. Not engage in these conversations. If somebody's talking about weight loss around me, blah, 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 I believe in body autonomy. They can do whatever they want, but I also know that I can do whatever I want, and that's not engage or congratulate them or say good job. If somebody says, hey, I lost 10 pounds, my reaction would be like, how are you feeling? You feeling good? You okay? Like that would be my reaction, not, oh my God, that's so good. What did you do? We do not and should not react that way to weight loss. We never know why somebody loses weight. And I know for me, when I was at my lowest weight, I was at my sickest and I got the most compliments. So many people felt like they could compliment on my body because I was smaller, or because they were wondering, well, how did you do that? How did you lose the weight? What if somebody's depressed? What if somebody has cancer? What if somebody has a chronic illness? What if somebody's suffering from an eating disorder? All of these reasons are reasons to keep your mouth shut. If somebody's body changes, it's none of your business. Anyway, I can rant about this all day. I truly can. One day I just need to do a little live on Instagram where we can all just come and do some shit talking together, because I'm a yapper. I'm a class A yapper. I can yap all day. But enough yapping and more eating. I'm gonna finish off this delicious plate of pasta. And in all of these videos, even videos like this, I never show the amount that I eat, so I might go and get more if I want. I might not, who knows, who knows? But the amount that I eat and the quantity and things like that is not important, because I'm not you, my body is not you. And the only person who knows what you need hunger-wise is your body and your mind. That's it. That's it. Not me, not some coach online who you're gonna pay like $200 to make you some meal plan with their nutrition degree.
Their jobs say like retail consultant. I'm like, bitch, Charming Charlie's, register.
Fashion bug.
You can literally become a nutritionist online in like 3 weeks. What is it?
Clock the careers.
Business analyst, fake job.
Ever talk about like marriage and kids?
Tech sales, Best Buy.
Best Buy.
E-commerce, retail space,
eBay.
Etsy.
It's not a regulated field. But either way, pasta's not the enemy, food is not the enemy, and eating dinner food for lunch is totally okay. Cheers. It is pizza time.
Pizza! P-I-Z-Z-A.
So I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. I'm gonna make the pizza directly on the pizza stone. This is not necessary. You can usually, my brain is fried. You can actually just use like any tray that you would like, but this gives it like a nice crispier bottom. Oh my goodness. I literally poked this dough all the way through, but it is all set. It is a little bit cold, so ideally it would be sitting out a little bit longer, but I'm hungry now. And so I'm gonna eat because there's no right time to eat, ever. You can eat past midnight, you can have a pre-breakfast snack. There is never a wrong time to eat. The most important thing is that you are eating, not what time it is, okay? Another diet culture thing that I hate. I do not want to scratch my island, so I took this wooden cutting board just to make sure that this pizza stone wasn't directly on my counter. But I did wash my hands, and now we're just going to spread out our pizza dough. I love homemade pizza way more than frozen pizzas personally. That does not mean that frozen pizzas are bad. If you guys watch my videos, you see me have frozen pizzas plenty of times. But if I'm talking taste-wise, I love homemade pizza, but I do not always have time to make the dough or know that I'm going to be craving it in advance. And so getting these little pre-made doughs like this, so amazing. Literally changes the game. And so I just stretch it out. Honestly, I feel like this is the nicest pizza crust I've ever made before. Mine are usually very misshapen, but I'm a proud mama over here, okay? I have this pizza sauce from Trader Joe's, so we are using something that is pre-packaged. I did not make it myself, not homemade, because pre-packaged foods can be wonderful, convenient, and can be a great way to get in food, especially with people who might be struggling with their mental health or are super busy with work or kids or anything like that. And it's not organic, okay? I have a bone to pick with the push from diet culture about eating organic all the time. When it comes to the pesticides that they put onto fruits and vegetables, which is a big reason why a lot of people want to shop organic because they aren't in contact with those pesticides. I think that there's a lot of fear mongering around that in general. And the thing is, even if you never washed your fruit at all, the amount of fruit or vegetables that you would have to consume to actually be affected negatively by those pesticides is basically impossible to eat in one day. They are safe to consume, but when it comes to your health and things like that, it really does not matter if you are eating organic. If that's a choice that you make, wonderful, you can do that for yourself. But if that's a choice that you can't make, whether it's financially or for so many other reasons, then that's okay. I feel like diet culture always wants you to feel like you're doing something wrong, but we are all different and approach things differently, and that is okay. Just because somebody is doing a water fast or juice fast or something like that does not mean that you should do it too. Okay? You know that sentence that all of our parents said, you know, if somebody jumps off of a bridge, are you gonna jump off too? Something like that. I forget the exact statement, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's the same thing here. You do not have to jump just because somebody else is. I'm going to continue the theme of challenging no protein / no vegetables or fruit in sight. And the reason that I'm gonna do that is because there's so many people that wanted me to repeat rules throughout this video to show that it's okay to do it more than once, and so why not? So I'm going to make this my favorite pizza, which is onions and cheese, the best combination. I personally like a lot of onion on my pizza. I think this onion is actually from the last time that I made pizza, and I had like an entire Spanish onion, and this is the only bit that is left from that onion that I didn't put on my pizza, so just to give you an idea. I also like big chunks of onion too. Shrek and I would literally be best friends. One thing that I also want to say, and the reason that I want to say this is because I hear it honestly more than I would like to from so many people, and people who are also like well-intentioned at times too. But it's this idea like when you're going out to dinner with people and you're basically sitting down at the table and you're like, I didn't eat anything all day, and that's why I'm getting an appetizer or something like that. Like, you do not have to justify your food or what you're ordering or how much you're ordering or anything like that. And honestly, most of the time it doesn't really make anybody feel particularly good, right? To show up to dinner and be like, like I can get whatever I want because I haven't eaten all day. Reminder again, you do not have to earn your food. Not by saving up energy, nothing like that. We are also doing another repeat. Not only are carbs our main star of the show, but we are also repeating cheese. And I've had ricotta today, I've had mozzarella, all of those other cheeses that I named that were on that pasta dish. And now I'm having more cheese.
Cheese.
Because I am fine. The only foods that you shouldn't be eating are foods that you hate, foods that you are allergic to, or foods that have gone bad and are moldy and rotten. And I'm going to really add lots of cheese on top. We are not skimming with our toppings by any means. Timing is a big thing for a lot of people who struggle with eating disorders. And I never really mention what time I'm eating in any of my videos, because for me, it's just not the most relevant thing. But for this video, because we are breaking diet culture rules, it is currently 8:07 p.m. and I'm making my dinner. That whole rule that you can't eat after 7 or 8 o'clock is bullshit. Say it with me. Bullshit.
What?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
I love you guys. Yeah. I'm a chef, okay? I'm actually not a chef, but I am a chef's daughter, or former chef, I should say. But anyway, this pizza just looks so perfect. It could be like in a little commercial. I love it. But I'm gonna stick this in the oven for around 15 to 20 minutes. You just gotta keep an eye on it and take it out when it looks ready to you. I was literally so busy yapping that I forgot to put the rest of my onion on the pizza. That literally would have been devastating to me, okay? Oh my God, I can't believe I threw it in there like naked like that. What has gotten into me? Now she's ready to go in. Now she is perfect. Sticking with the adding extras or things that are unnecessary. What's unnecessary is shaming yourself for eating, for your hunger. What's unnecessary are the lies that diet culture feed us, etc., etc. Not some seasoning that I clearly cannot open, Jesus. One thing about me is I will always keep my nails super short unless I'm wearing acrylics, because if I grow them out, I will literally bite them, and I do not like biting my nails as a habit at all. So I just keep them short so I don't do it. This seasoning cap is testing me today, but this is the pizza seasoning from Trader Joe's. I've never tried it. I've seen some people talk about it on TikTok, but I picked it up. So this is also trying something new, which is fun. I don't know how much of this to put on, so, ooh. We'll leave it at that. And sticking with the theme of making our food taste better, because we are allowed to enjoy our food and like how it tastes. Just want to repeat that again. We are allowed to get pleasure from our food. I love a good dipping sauce, and normally I would use like a cool cucumber kind of dressing, but this was the only thing I had in my fridge that wasn't expired. And it is a Caesar dressing, so a nice, delicious, creamy sauce on the side. I honestly love Caesar salad or like Caesar dressing with pizza crust. It's so delicious. So I'm going to take 3 pieces of pizza to start, because you are allowed to take more than 1. It's allowed, it's okay. While dinner was cooking, I was reading The Great Alone. I think that's what the book's called. God, I can't remember the author's name. Whatever it is, I'm gonna find it and put it on the screen over here. I'm only like 4 chapters in, but it is so good. The writing is phenomenal. But now I think I'm in the mood to watch something, because I want to, but also because it's another diet culture rule. You do not have to eat without distraction, to be mindful or anything like that. It's okay to eat while you watch a show or while you're watching a YouTube video or something like that. And so I'm gonna put on Heartbreak High. I don't know if I said what show I was gonna watch. I think I did, but the remake of it, I'm really enjoying it. I'm watching season 2 that just came out on Netflix recently, at least over here in Canada. I'm soaking it up. So let's see if this pizza tastes as good as it looks. Gonna give it a nice, generous dunk. Cheers. That is one cheesy, so good. This is my first time trying the Trader Joe's pizza sauce, and it's also really, really tasty. I would definitely repurchase it. And the Caesar dressing just makes it so, so good. The pizza seasoning is really good. Honestly, it just tastes a little bit like paprika, but with a little bit of pizzazz in there. I think it's tasty. I think it would be really good on popcorn as well. But I'm going to put on my show and eat my dinner.
Sticky icky like some bubblegum. Got in trouble, who we running from? Passing joints under the summer sun.
I devoured that in less than 5 minutes. I am so hungry. And like I already mentioned in this video, I typically do not show my portions or anything like that, but because I'm breaking another diet culture rule in this video right here, I'm going to show me getting seconds, which is what I'm gonna do right now, because you are allowed to get seconds of literally any meal, anytime, whenever. You can get thirds, fourths. Not finishing your plate is totally cool. Getting more is also totally cool, and neither one is better than the other. Okay? Time to go back to my show. Woo! And it was just me eating, so that's me eating an entire pizza to myself too. Because remember, it's not what's on the back of the package that determines the serving size, but your body that determines it, okay? Okay, I'm now having some rocket candies and no time has passed because you do not have to wait a certain amount of time between meals, between snacks, anything like that. Sugar is fine, it is okay. And to finish off this video, I'm going to be breaking one final diet culture rule, which is having a second dessert or desserts late in the evening, whatever you wanna call it. I'm going to have some of these Trader Joe's cookies and cream pretzel slims. These are so, so good. Next time I go to Trader Joe's, I definitely hope that they still have them there. But those are all of the rules that we broke today. Hello friends, it is the next day and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that I can get a little bit heated when I talk about diet culture, but I think that it is so necessary, so needed. And I just want to kind of end this video with a little reminder that you can take your power back. The power that an eating disorder has taken from you, the power that diet culture has taken from you, that other people have taken from you. And how you do that is actually through connecting with your body, with yourself, with tuning out the noise around you of what other people are doing or the new fads that they are following, etc. As I mentioned a couple of times in this video, diet culture rules literally change all the time and you cannot win. If you cannot win, then please, please, for your life, for your longevity, for your health, for your happiness, stop playing the game. I know that one of the biggest things that stops people from engaging in diet culture is the worry that they're going to gain weight, basically. And I promise you, just like thinness is not everything that it is promised, gaining weight is probably not what you envision it to be. Also, I might not be in the smallest body that I've ever lived in my entire life, but I am so much happier and also so much healthier. The blood work that comes back is nearly perfect, which was not the case before when I was following so many rules for diet culture. So either way, take care of yourself. I hope that this video was helpful for you. And there were so many rules that I was not able to get to in this video alone. So I do believe that I will be filming another one of these installments very soon. But don't forget to do something kind for yourself, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye friends.